Cool. All right, I'm Billy Goat with Doomed and Stoned, and today we are visiting with the band Ape Cave from Portland, Oregon. We're standing outside of Ash Street Saloon, where they will be performing tonight. We reviewed their EP, Primordium. I wrote it wrong initially, Primordial.
Primordial.
But it sounds like you chose that very distinctly. Yeah, before we get into that, maybe let's just introduce each other. Well, I guess you could introduce each other. Let's do that. Introduce each other.
Yeah, I'm Paul, I play the guitar. Nathan, vocals. I'm Bobby, I play the drums.
Gage, bass.
Okay, cool. So, obviously when I heard your record, I was pretty blown away. And I was surprised at how young you guys were. I know it's kind of a stereotype because you hear something that sounds really seasoned. You think, you know, these are guys who've been playing for quite a while, or at least, you know, devouring music for decades. But you obviously have a lot of musical background. So tell us a little bit about your musical backgrounds and influences.
It all really started at School of Rock Portland. We all kind of met each other through there, various like programs. You know, they helped us kind of get together and really form like bonds within one another, like personally and, you know, in the musician sense. So I mean, we've been kind of jamming with each other for a really long time, and it eventually just got to the point where we were like, you know, let's take this out. Let's stop playing covers. Not that there's anything wrong with covers. We love covers, but you know, we wanted to bring our own music to the world. So yeah, we decided to get together and write some stuff, put it out. Pretty DIY, I would say.
Right on. Right on. Yeah. What are some of your musical influences?
Let's all pick one.
Okay. Cool. I'll start with you.
Sleep.
Sleep?
Yeah.
So you're a guitarist, so Matt
Pike.
It's definitely an influence.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah. Cool.
As far as vocals go, I'm going to have to say Bloodbath with Mr. Michael Ackerfeld.
Okay, so he's kind of the vocal style that you most identify with.
A bit more death metal side, yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Matt Garska from Animals as Leaders. Yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty good.
For me, I love Sleep too. I don't know, I take a lot of my musical influence from like Cool and some other heavier stuff. Listen to a lot of metal.
Right.
So.
Cool. So you've got kind of a soup thing going on, a stew with a lot of musical influences that you've been able to blend quite convincingly. So tell us who initiated the writing of the EP Primordium, and how did that kind of come together piece by piece?
I started it. I wrote a lot of the original riffs, but I mean, that was just the kind of the foundation when Bobby and I were just kind of, you know, had the vision, like talking to each other. He and I were just gonna like start something up, and then we figured, you know, Paul, Nathan, it'd be awesome to have them on board. But I mean, it turned collaborative very quickly, and a lot of it is just, you know, all of us having input, all of us, you know, just playing what we want to hear, what fits. So
yeah, we really do it because we love it, and like there's 100% passion into every single part that we write generally, and you know, when you do that, it starts to get easier to just write riffs together, you know. But yeah, I would say Paul and Gage definitely were the initial kind of spark for it.
We started writing music that we would listen to, you know? So like that melting pot of all the music we listen to and write it. We'll go and listen to it, just feel it out.
Yeah, so how does this work? Because I imagine probably the School of Rock helped in terms of learning to collaborate and how to contribute ideas, but I know if I were to start a band with people, there would be kind of those social faux pas, like, you know, when are you stepping on each other's toes, or when do you feel so passionately about an idea that you're gonna argue for it?
Yeah, we've stepped on each other's toes quite a bit. It's an often occurrence, but you have to be really good friends with your bandmates, and you have to know that there's something there that you're trying to figure out. You know, you're not just arguing because you don't like each other. You know, you're there because you're doing it for the music, you know.
So you have to be patient enough to hear somebody out and actually hear somebody out. Actually hear
what they're saying, not just, and that starts translating in your life in all instances. You start actually hearing what people are saying, and that gives you, you know, some intelligence over them. You know, if you're not listening to people, you can't tell what they're saying. So
it's a pretty second nature now for you guys when it comes to writing. Yeah, that's really cool. So you're the vocalist, so tell me how a vocalist approaches something like this, are the expectations pretty high that you're going to come and deliver something that's going to be mind-blowing with lyrics and such?
I would definitely say so. My role in this band is pretty unique, actually, because I'm the latest member. Initially, I was going to be a guest vocal on the EP.
Oh, wow.
And they liked my performance so much, they just invited me to stay. And so ever since, I've been a part of the band. And yeah, there's a lot of pressure. The songs are very interesting, and especially the newer stuff we're going to be coming out with pretty soon here. So yeah, there's a lot of pressure. I'd imagine mostly for myself to just make this intelligent, but not like up my own ass, you know?
Yep. So tell us about what you're going to perform tonight, because I know you're going to break into some of the new material. So can you give us a sneak preview as to what we're going to hear tonight, and by extension what we're going to hear on the new album?
Yeah, so we're dropping a new album pretty shortly. We just finished up tracking instruments at Haywire Studios with Fester. So we're pretty stoked to get that out soon. I think we're going to title it Pillars of Evolution, and we'll be playing primarily songs off that tonight. So,
okay. So how many songs?
5 or 6.
5 or 6, I think.
5 or 6 is still kind of
half-hour worth. So.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, and we're starting the set with 2 new songs. We have played one of them live before, but two of them out of the whole set we've never played live before. We've been practicing them quite a bit, but they've got a lot of new stuff in them, so yeah, but we're pretty stoked.
There's a lot of firsts tonight.
Firsts, yeah.
So you'll be playing anything from the EP, or are you going to incorporate any of that into the one song? Okay.
Ape Cave.
Okay, your namesake.
Yeah, title track.
You think that's going to become kind of standard at concerts to play your title track? Or?
Well, funny, we only have 1 concert left right now.
So this is first and last.
I know. I'm so happy I came up tonight.
Yeah.
Again, thank you, man.
I really had to struggle through the first hour and a half of the drive, and then the last half hour was like, I'm here. So cool. Well, thank you for visiting with us. I'm sure we'll have a chance to visit in the future. And gosh, welcome to the Portland scene, and I hope more people listen to what you're doing. This is cool.
Welcome and also farewell.
Yeah.
Welcome and also farewell.